This is Raka Cruz, and welcome to a special episode of Be.Live. Be yourself and live your purpose. Today is June 12, 2025, Philippine Independence Day. On this day, in 1898, the Filipino flag was first raised in Kawit, Cavite. After over 300 years under Spanish rule, our ancestors stood up and said, "We are free." It was bold, costly. That declaration sparked a journey we're still on today as a nation and as individuals. But let me tell you, Independence Day has never been about waving a flag or watching a parade. For many of us, it's deeply personal. It's been wrestled with, it's been misunderstood, and sometimes it's been lonely. Let me ask you something. What if true independence isn't about doing everything on your own, but about learning who to trust? What if real freedom is found in dependence? Dependence on truth, dependence on purpose, and yes, dependence on God. I want to share my story. I didn't grow up with healthy authority. The authority I grew up with wasn't stable. It was inconsistent, emotionally driven. Rules were made in anger, then broken when it wasn't convenient. And for a kid, that's not just confusing, it's damaging. Authority wasn't something I could trust. It wasn't a guide. It was something I just had to endure. I remember being 8 years old, already trying to figure out how to escape. I'd save my allowance, became a young entrepreneur, think of ways to escape, but it was never enough. I was scared that if I ran away, I'd end up on the streets, homeless, vulnerable, maybe even forced into things no child should ever think about. So I came up with a plan, long term, strategic: save money, study hard, be smart, stay independent. If I could just be successful enough, no one could control me again, and no one could hurt me. That was my version of freedom. My rules, my life. And maybe for a while it worked. I just got things done. I looked strong. But behind the strength, I was tired. Behind the confidence, I was scared and alone. Listeners, I know I'm not alone because maybe you've done the same. You've built walls, you've chased success, you swore you never need anyone. But here's the thing I learned the hard way, the thing no one really teaches us in school or at home. Success doesn't heal wounds. You can be doing well on paper and still feel broken inside. Rebellion doesn't bring peace. It might make us feel in control, but it doesn't make us whole. Eventually, being rebellious just leaves us angry, bitter, and alone. And being alone isn't the same as being free. We grow up learning how to survive, how to perform, how to push forward, but no one really teaches us how to heal, how to trust, how to depend in a way that leads to real peace. That changed when I met Jesus. Not religion, not rules, but a person I could finally trust. Jesus didn't treat me like the others did. He didn't push me when I was weak. He did not demand I clean up myself before he'd love me. And for the first time, I didn't have to hustle for love. I didn't have to carry everything by myself, and I didn't have to keep on running and struggling. That's when I realized real independence isn't about doing life alone. It's about depending or surrendering on the one who never leaves, the one who brings peace, not pressure. Dependence on Jesus. That's where I found real freedom. So open up your journal and write these questions. Let me ask you, did you grow up did you grow up around people who use power to harm? Have you been chasing freedom that still leaves you tired and angry? If your answer is yes, I see you. I live that, but you don't have to stay there. Your story doesn't have to end in fear or isolation. You don't have to be defined by rebellion when you were made for purpose. Independence Day isn't just a national celebration, it's a personal one. And today, I'm not celebrating doing it all alone. I'm celebrating the day I stopped running and started depending. It's time to surrender to the one who truly cares, Jesus. Not because you're weak, but because you're finally free enough to choose a better way. Free to follow, not out of fear, but out of faith. Free to depend, not because you're broken, but because you're loved. This is what independence means to me now. The freedom to live the right way because I'm no longer afraid. So if you're out there right now, carrying the weight alone, tired of fighting, worn out of surviving, I tell you this, you don't have to do it all by yourself anymore. Freedom isn't found in doing everything alone. It's found in knowing who you can trust. This episode features music clips in celebration of the Philippine Independence Day, including Independence Day by Barbie's Cradle from her album Playing in the Fields and Isang Araw, Kichi Nadal's new single released today in honor of freedom. Hope everyone supports original Filipino music. Thank you for listening to B.Live. And every week, I have a new episode. You can message me, email me, or just follow me in my social media. Thank you, and God bless.